Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Generation Z podcast.
If you enjoyed today's episode or you're new around here, then please do subscribe or follow us on whatever platform you're listening on. You can also watch the podcast on YouTube, the Generation Z podcast, and we do also have an Instagram, and both our Instagrams will be in the description as well.
So, today we're going to be talking about everything you need to know about cryptocurrency. And we basically want to have a discussion about why this is such a huge opportunity for everybody of all ages to get involved in, because cryptocurrency wasn't really heard of 2-3 years ago. It was a thing that was kind of brewing under the water, but now it's just
Blown up.
catapulted into mainstream. Everybody wants to know what's going on with it, how to get involved, and both of us have some basic experience in the field, so we think that we should just get on here and share our knowledge in that way.
Yeah. So you've been into crypto for quite a while, to be fair. I know you've held Bitcoin for like a couple of years now, haven't you?
Yeah, so I started investing in cryptocurrency in 2019.
Yeah.
It was around the December time of that year, coming into the new year. And yeah, I didn't actually buy Bitcoin. I bought Ethereum.
Oh,
That
okay.
was my first investment. But obviously, we are going to be covering all things crypto, so we're just going to be answering some basic questions about
Yeah.
what even is it, how do you buy it, what exchanges you should be on, the projects we think that you should be involved in. By the way, this is not financial advice.
Yeah.
As we said, we are big. This is beginners stuff here. As we go through this, you realize this is beginners stuff, so you do not need to take advice from us.
Yeah.
And just like general facts also about crypto, and obviously our plans for the future, because I know that we've been gone a while, so we just need to kind of explain that.
Yeah, sweet. So, as we said, this is just like beginner stuff, even though we have a decent understanding. You have more knowledge than me because you've been in it for longer, but
Yeah.
I've recently started investing, having a look into it, seeing what's it all about and stuff like that. So, just to start with, we're going to answer like some really basic common questions just to clear it up before we go into any more detail. But to start with, just what is crypto? So, I've literally just got the definition from Google to make it easier, but crypto is just a digital asset designed to work as a medium of exchange. And cryptocurrencies use decentralized control, which means they aren't controlled by one person or the government, which is why the government absolutely hates it.
Yeah, and that's why I think so many people that aren't the government fucking love it,
Yeah.
because it's the complete opposite of what we've got now. Like, we've got a financial system that is centralized. It's every transaction that you do in terms of an exchange of value is recorded and um, done through a centralized system. And there's a lot of difficulties that come with that. Like, there's a lot of hacking, there's identity fraud, there's like money just being taken out, no reason, extremely high transactional fees. All
Yeah.
this sorts of stuff is what crypto tries to eradicate, I think.
Yeah. So just following on from that, the next one would be like why use crypto over money. So as we basically just said there about how nobody controls it. So people are able just to spend their money without dealing with a intermediate authority like a bank or government. So there's no middleman. You can also do everything anonymous, which does have downsides to it in terms of
Mm.
like terrorist funding and stuff like that. But we'll come back to
Yeah,
that
yeah,
later. Like
yeah.
there is some dodgy bits to it
Some
and problems.
extremes to
Yeah,
it.
yeah. And then as well as that, again, as you've kind of said, it is very secure. It's probably the most secure digital payment you can make as well. So
Mm.
do you want to do the
And yeah, I was just going to say that I think there's like a common question that a lot of people ask um, when they go into the cryptocurrency, and they say something along the lines of, "Is cryptocurrency Bitcoin?
yeah,
Like, is that the only cryptocurrency that you can invest in?" And the answer is, it's one of the most popular ones,
probably the most popular,
and
yeah.
it is, yeah, definitely the most popular one right now in terms of people invested in it,
Yeah.
but there's hundreds, if not thousands,
Thousands, yeah.
of coins and tokens being made because it's decentralized. If you're quite good at coding and you know what you can do, like on a computer, you can make your own token. Like, it's
Yeah.
very easy to make your own cryptocurrencies. And now, like, businesses and just like people as well, because why not? Why wouldn't you want your own crypto?
Yeah.
um they just make one, and then the value is determined over time by how many people buy into it and sell into
Yeah.
it.
Because literally, like when I was speaking to you like a couple of weeks ago, or whatever, before I even like properly looked at it, properly invested, all of that kind of stuff, I literally thought like there was just a few different cryptos because I'd only heard like four or five, and then once you go into it, you realize that there's like thousands of them, and they all have like different properties as well. So you can say like, oh, I like the idea of that one. I like what they're about. I'm going to invest in that one. It's not just you invest in it because other people are investing in it. You
Yeah.
invest the ones that relate to you, if that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, and certain projects have certain components that people like them for,
Yeah.
and as you said, they have loads of different applications. But before we go into what projects you should be involved in, we'd like to talk about what exchanges you should be on. So basically, if you're into stocks as well, you probably have a trading 212 account or something like that. I'm not sure what other exchanges are, but obviously a crypto trading account is just a wallet that you keep online where you basically buy and sell cryptocurrency like you do on trading 212.
Yeah.
So, from my personal experience, I have invested using Bitstamp. It's a very reliable option. It's got good security. I think they've got like two-factor verification, and they give you a lot of constant reminders to re-update your password. So they're quite firm on keeping your account nice and secure. They've got quite a good customer service team as well. I like them. But in terms of the options of the projects that you can trade, there are a lot. There's not many. There's really
Mm.
not. I know that you have a Binance account.
Yeah. I was just going to say quickly there, like Binance is definitely good.
Mm.
Um, but I know, I'm pretty sure it's Coinbase, which is like the most popular one, isn't it?
Yeah, Coinbase is like the one that I think that you should go into as a beginner,
Yeah.
because do you have an account? You got
No, I don't. But I was going to
okay.
say, so Binance is definitely like, even though I'm a beginner, I just went straight for Binance just
Yeah.
because of lower transaction fees.
Hmm.
But also, if you are like properly into crypto, like you want to trade and that kind of stuff, then Binance is the one for you because that's got like it's got so much like different options that it's quite
Mm.
overwhelming, which is why it might not be good for a beginner. But then you also get the lower transaction fee, so I just went for it.
Yeah, exactly. It is definitely the most popular exchange in terms of the amount of people on it. Like, I believe that at least every cryptocurrency person that's into crypto probably has a Binance account. I'm probably the only one who fucking doesn't, to be fair. So I will probably be making the switch over to Binance just because on Bitstamp, and if you do make a Bitstamp account, you will realize that there's about 15 cryptocurrencies that you can buy and sell.
Is it?
Whereas if you go on Binance, I'm sure you
Yeah,
know,
so many.
they're in the hundreds, and you can just scroll and scroll and scroll for days. So I will definitely be switching over to Binance. But as we spoke about with Coinbase, it's probably the best option for beginners because and it will probably be good for you to do as well, is to just go on there and look at the educational videos that they have on it. So
Okay.
basically, in certain categories, they've basically each cryptocurrency has its own page on there where they've uploaded like educational videos explaining what the um, the coin will be used for, its application, and all that sort of
Yeah,
stuff.
that's useful.
So you'd be able to understand a lot more about just crypto in general if you got
Fair.
a Coinbase account.
Yeah, with Binance, it doesn't give you videos, but if you click on each coin, it will actually give you like a breakdown of what it does and its features as well, which is definitely helpful, but probably not as in depth as a
Hmm.
Coinbase maybe.
Yeah, and probably another thing I'd say about Coinbase is very high transaction fees.
Yeah, that's why I didn't go for it.
Mate, when I did like a little test trade for a lot. I think I spent about £2 on, I think it was a cryptocurrency called Stellar.
Mm.
It's called XLM, and I bought £1. Well, I tried to buy £2 worth, and it gave me £1 worth because
Jeez.
it took 50% as transaction fees.
What?
So yeah, it
How?
can take up to 50% of
That
your
is
transaction
ridiculous. I'm
fees.
guessing it's like the more you invest, the less transaction fee is, though. Surely, if you're investing £1,000, you're not losing 500.
I'm not going to take that risk, but potentially, I think it's just a very high transaction fees.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure why. I think it's
Just
because a lot of American people use it. A lot of
mm,
American um, traders use Coinbase. So I think that because they day trade and do that, all that sort of stuff,
okay.
they're making a lot of money in a short amount of time. So they don't really
Uh,
care
I
about the
was just going to add to
transaction
that
fees.
quickly as well. With Binance, I think it's just 2% no matter what. So if you invest 100, it's £2 that you lose.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm taking over most of the podcast here, but
Yeah, well, to be fair, you know more than me.
yeah. So, and then I was just gonna say about another one that I'm looking into. I recommend that you look into as well, and everybody
Hmm.
listening is an exchange called Nexo. So Nexo is an exchange that pays out interest on your crypto assets that you hold in the wallet.
Okay.
So, say for example, if you had £100 worth of Ethereum in this account and you bought that, you would get paid um, 12% interest by just holding
That's a
that
lot.
crypto in your wallet, just keeping it in the account. And obviously, as the value of your Ethereum increases, that 12% gets even added on to the increase. So
Okay.
you're basically getting a lot more returns for just keeping your money safe in that wallet,
Mm,
while other exchanges that you see like then that we've talked about, they don't pay no interest.
yeah.
So Nexo,
And
if
12% is a lot as
and
well.
12% is a lot,
It
mate,
is.
considering banks are paying 0.1%
Yeah.
baseline at the moment. It's pretty
It's tough.
tragic. It's
Yeah.
pretty tragic.
But we'll go into the projects that you should be involved in, or not necessarily that you should be involved in, that you might want to look at, and then obviously what we're involved in and what our kind of favorite ones in. But
Mm.
we can start with the safest ones if you want to run through Bitcoin and Litecoin, mate, because I'm not actually invested in Litecoin, but I am
Yeah,
Bitcoin.
that's fair enough. So, Bitcoin, as Marcus said, is the most popular currency, um, with the most amount of people knowing about Bitcoin. Um, Basically, what you need to kind of know about it is that it's been likened to digital gold. So it's a store of wealth. That is its main purpose.
Mm.
Instead of you potentially putting money into property, putting money into something that will earn you money over time, instead you can put it into digital gold. And obviously, as it keeps going up every year, and as people start getting on board with cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, like it's currently I think it's around like the 50-60,000 range, but like the predictions are genuinely mental. People are thinking that it's going to get to like 1.2 million a coin. Like it is
Ridiculous.
it's completely crazy, out of this world. But and then basically there's something called Bitcoin season, altcoin season. So basically that means Bitcoin season is when over 50% of transactions and kind of trading volume is being done in Bitcoin, and people are
Okay.
transferring people are using Bitcoin. And then when it gets to below 50% of people using Bitcoin, that goes into altcoin season. So basically that means that all the other cryptocurrencies that aren't Bitcoin, so Ethereum, Litecoin, Polkadot, Cardano, all of them, then you'd start seeing gains in them, because obviously people are transferring their funds from Bitcoin to altcoin and now trading in altcoins.
And that's just a quick thing to clear up there. Like when you hear the term altcoin, all it means is just any coin that's not Bitcoin, because
Exactly.
Bitcoin is the most popular, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot of like key terms that people get confused about, but that is a very simple way of just looking at it. And then Litecoin sounds pretty similar to Bitcoin, because it's referred to the silver to Bitcoin's gold. So again, another store of wealth, but it's actually got a lot more like kind of better application in terms of it's got faster transaction fees compared to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's actually quite slow when transferring money from them or into it. And then lower fees. So basically, you usually pay a fee to buy a Bitcoin, as we talked about with the Coinbase example. Usually a lot lower fees than Bitcoin, and it's got the sixth largest market cap, which will probably, I'm not sure off the top of my head, but it's in the billions.
Yeah.
So, and considering it's only, I think I saw that it was under £200 per Litecoin. Like, it's in an incredibly early stage in its sort of development, and the fact that it's sixth largest market cap at £200 like a token, it's a very safe and good investment to make.
You know, just as you were talking there, actually, you said you're talking about market caps. Like I remember Bitcoins being like ridiculous, but I couldn't remember what it was, so I just did a quick Google search.
Billions now.
But yeah, current market cap for Bitcoin is 1.1 trillion.
Yeah,
it is mental.
Yeah, and if you compare that to the market cap of gold right now, like you're able to see that Bitcoin as an investment is way better than gold now, or it will be way better than gold as we look into the future.
Yeah. So do you want to run through your favorite currencies, and I'll go through mine as well?
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go for mine then. So I'm in the ones that some of your favorites I'm actually in as well, but so I'm in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Polkadot, and Cardano. I believe that is all of them.
Yeah.
And Chainlink as well.
Chainlink, yeah.
Yeah, but I'll run through my two here that are Polkadot and Cardano. So Polkadot was founded by a guy called Gavin Wood, and he was like a co-founder of Ethereum, and then he wasn't really too happy with how it was run, so he basically just went off and did his own thing. And it's actually quite a common thing in crypto. Like a lot of people that work for like Bitcoin or Ethereum then go off and just create their own coins because they think that they can kind of do it better. So it's fair enough. But it's kind of hard to explain because there is like a lot of key terms in crypto that you need to understand. And one thing that you'll hear a lot is like blockchain technology, that kind of thing. So what Polkadot does is it aims to connect all existing blockchains so they can communicate with each other. And in doing so, it increases data sharing and transactions, which to a lot of people hearing that, they'll be like, what the fuck does that mean? So to give you an example, so it actually makes more sense is, so if there was a smart contract which was triggered on Ethereum, or basically somebody's trying to transact through Ethereum, then that would trigger a payment on Bitcoin. So just now it's you transfer Ethereum to Ethereum accounts kind of thing. With Polkadot, it can then transfer Ethereum into Bitcoin, if that makes sense. Yeah.
That is Polkadot, Ethereum, Cardano. They're all very similar because they basically use smart contracts. That is their like main thing.
And we're not going to run through smart contracts on here because we could be here for hours, but it's another thing to just YouTube it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But my second one as well, so Cardano, it basically aims to implement all the best features of Litecoin, Bitcoin, and Ethereum, which is why it sounds pretty promising to people. So in regards to Bitcoin, it has better security and reliability. P2P transactions are cheaper than Litecoin, and smart contracts are better implemented than Ethereum because Ethereum is meant to have like scale issues. Apparently, like when you're trying to scale it up, there might be problems with smart contracts. So that's why I've gone for that one as well. But do
Yeah,
you want to run through yours?
they're solid, mate. You've got some good investments in there.
Hopefully.
So my cryptocurrencies, my favorite ones are basically the ones that I'm invested in right now. So I've got Ethereum, I've got Chainlink, and I've got Litecoin. I'm a massive believer in Ethereum.
Yeah.
As I said, I'd started invested in Ethereum in 2019. So that was the first investment I've made, and I'm going to be making a lot more in the
I was just
future
going to
with
ask
them.
quickly, was Ethereum the first one to incorporate smart contracts?
Yes,
Yeah, I
it
thought so.
was. Yeah, it was. And basically, Ethereum is the second largest or most popular crypto behind Bitcoin based on market cap. So it's the second highest in terms of its value. Um, and as you said, it's and Ethereum is basically a decentralized software platform that specializes in the use of these smart contracts.
Yeah.
So the creator of Ethereum, he made a white paper, which is basically a document which publishes the idea of smart contracts for the first time. And I
Yeah.
was able to like read into that for one of my assignments because I did my assignment on Ethereum, like its
Yeah.
application into the banking industry.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to look into Ethereum or anything like that, that white paper is pretty good for just knowing what it's all about. But basically, it's got huge business application because the use of smart contracts basically means that you can automate everything.
Yeah.
Because a smart contract is something that basically what you do is you type in the protocols and the codes and the measures that you want the contract to perform based on the actions that people within that party do, if you know what I mean. So it's self-executing. So this obviously has huge business applications because you can literally outsource
Just like makes them more
everything.
autonomous kind of
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. Outsource everything
Yeah.
in terms of data input, processing, everything. It can all be done through Ethereum using smart contracts. And as you said with the Cardano, you said that there was a scale issue. So basically, in my assignment, I found basically that Ethereum uses proof of work to basically validate transactions,
All right. Yeah.
which is quite long. It's quite a long process because on a blockchain there's loads of computers part of the network, but when a transaction goes through, all of the computers in that network have to validate that transaction
Yeah.
is correct before it's done. So basically, Ethereum coming out with a new update in July, which moves that sort of validation mechanism from proof of work to proof of stake. And basically, proof of stake means that you have to hold a certain amount of Ethereum, or someone who has a certain amount of Ethereum can volunteer themselves to handle the transactions themselves, but they have to stake some of their Ethereum in return.
Okay.
It acts as like collateral in a way. So that person, like, he has to deposit a minimum amount, and then the computer goes like, right, you can deal with this transaction. The person deals with the transaction, or the computer deals with that transaction, and then they get paid in Ethereum for doing that transaction.
God, it gets more complicated. The more you
Yeah,
the more
yeah.
you know, the more you realise what you don't know, kind of.
Yeah, exactly. So like that hopefully will sort out that scaling issue that Cardano are talking about. But yeah, there's also some other honorable mentions. We've got VeChain, X and XRP. You can obviously do your own research on that. If you are in this podcast at the moment and this is spiking your interest, then yeah, defo go have a look at Chainlink XRP, because they're doing a madness at the moment.
But yeah, that's kind of all the very detailed bit kind
Yeah.
of done. We will go on to problems with crypto, or like potential problems, in a minute. But we also wanted to just do like kind of some crazy or funny facts about crypto as well. I'll let you run through yours in a minute, but well, first of all, like in terms of promising news, Tesla and Microsoft both accept Bitcoin, which is great. I think Tesla did
Crazy.
it. I think Tesla did it fairly recently, actually. I'm not
Yeah.
100%
Yeah,
sure.
they did within the past couple of months.
But I was listening to a podcast the other day. It was about, I think it was like the most followed trader on eToro or something like that.
Yeah.
And he also invests in crypto. And something he was saying, like back in the day, in like 2012 or something like that, he was playing Minecraft with his mates. And I don't really know how Minecraft works. I've never really played it, but apparently you have like pigs on Minecraft that run races.
No way.
Yeah, and and what they used to do is they would bet on the Minecraft pig races using Bitcoin because it was basically worthless.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, like, what they were probably betting on is now today worth like millions or like tens of millions worth if they are still to have them, which is just like
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah, that's very similar. I heard another story very similar. Basically, in 2010, this guy from Florida had traded. He had 10,000 Bitcoin, and he traded 10,000 Bitcoin with Papa John's to buy 2 pizzas. So with 10,000 Bitcoin, he's just bought 2 medium-sized pizzas, which probably equate to about $20 over there or something, maybe a bit
Yeah,
more.
it's probably about
And
$40 together.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was the first ever purchase done using Bitcoin. So that's the first purchase using crypto ever. Bit of pizza.
Yeah.
And it was only worth about $41, and now it's worth £64 million. So
Ridiculous.
those guys just bought a £64 million pizza
Yeah,
in 2010.
unreal. Kind of
How
similar
good
to
is
that
that?
is like another one I found. So this just makes me so sad for the guy. So
Yeah.
in 2013, so I think Bitcoin was made in 2009. I think it was.
Yeah, probably the white
2009,
paper was probably announced then, yeah, or
yeah,
released.
actually, I'm guessing it was so because it says in the year 2013, um, basically, a guy on his hard drive had been mining bitcoins for 4 years. So from 2009 to 2013, and had 75,000 bitcoin on it, which is loads. And for some reason, when he was like trying to put something away or something, he accidentally threw his hard drive, broke it, and what it was worth today is 2.25 billion. So
Just a, just a mere 2.25 billion.
he could have been a billionaire, but he smashed up his hard drive. So.
It's actually so peak. Like, there has been so many stories where that's been
Yeah,
true. People who have had a lot of their Bitcoin on like a wallet or an account, like an exchange, and then they've just
forget
forgotten the
password or something.
password.
Yeah, that's what I've actually put under potential problems with
Yeah.
crypto as well.
So, and also, I think personally for me, this is something that I find pretty crazy to this day, is that basically the theory or the conspiracy around who made Bitcoin.
Yeah,
So, if you don't know, apparently the supposed creator of Bitcoin is somebody called Satoshi Nakamoto.
mm.
But people do not know whether this is just an individual person, because there was a lot of evidence about him being very active on sort of decentralized financing forums, like early back in the day, where
Yeah,
he'd just talk about his proposals and stuff, and he'd comment on other people's posts about like talking about everything's crypto.
yeah,
And it's either an individual that's just like gone off the face of the earth and just lives out on his
Because nobody
out
knows
on his
what it is.
ones in like
Yeah. With
some
his
island
coins.
that he's bought with his Bitcoin, or it's the combination of four companies, which is actually crazy to me. So apparently, the four companies could potentially be Samsung, Toshiba, Nakimichi, and Motorola. I don't know why those four,
Oh,
but
yeah.
as you can probably see if you spell it out, SA is at the start of Samsung, Toshi is at the start of Toshiba, Naka, and
Oh, okay. I
then
see where this is
Moto for
going.
so you know what I mean. I don't
That
know.
is
I don't
strange.
really know who's came up with that, but I don't really understand
Who
why
knows?
Samsung has got anything to do with
Yeah. I was
crypto.
going to
You know,
say, though,
maybe.
do they actually accept Bitcoin as a payment? Do you know?
Um,
Because
I
if they
think
did, then it
Apple
would make
are
it a lot
gonna.
more
I think
believable.
Apple are gonna be doing it recently, aren't they?
I know.
Or I actually want to find this out.
Have a
Apple.
quick look, mate. And I was going to say, if all those four companies did accept Bitcoin as a payment, then it would make it make it very interesting.
Yeah. Uh,
Have a
oh,
quick look.
okay. Well, Apple have been invested in Bitcoin. Like they've put some of their like reserves like into Bitcoin just to make some more money, I guess, because they
Yeah, that
need
makes sense.
more,
Yeah.
obviously.
Only got
Uh,
5 billion.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But obviously, like,
But yeah, I don't.
I was just gonna say, like, we've been through kind of all the promising stuff, why it's so good, why you might potentially want to invest. Again, not financial advice, but need to also cover kind of the problems with it. Um, it's not a case of invest, make loads of money. It's not get rich quick scheme or anything like that. So
Does
we
not
definitely,
work like that. I tell you
yeah,
that from experience. It does
it
not
doesn't
work
work.
like that.
So we definitely do
No.
need to go through some of the problems with it. So basically the first thing that I said right at the beginning is like governments hate it for obvious reasons, and they will try everything possible to regulate it. If they do, which I think they
Mm,
might have already done, like South Korea or something, if they do manage to get some kind of regulation on it, because it can be used for like money laundering and terrorist funding, if they do manage to regulate it in some kind of way, who knows what's going to happen to the value of it? It might drop dramatically, it might stop it completely, or it might still
mm,
work out fine. So again, you literally don't know.
yeah. Yeah, no, that is true because if you think about it at the end of the day, like everything right now is centralized and that
Mm,
is for the benefit of the government because they
yeah,
can obviously tax stuff. That's how they get some of their money or majority of their money. But yeah, you can't. That's another fact as well. You can't ban cryptocurrency. You
mm,
can regulate it as much as
yeah,
you
but you
want,
can't ban it.
but you cannot ban it because it's decentralized, because it has no central authority. It's just a technology that you either embrace or you reject. You simply cannot ban it. It's
Yeah,
you
which
can't
why
do
it's
that.
so interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that is definitely something to consider. Like a lot of people say regulation is inevitable. It's just the degree to which it's going to happen. Or
Hmm.
who knows, maybe it won't get regulated at all.
Yeah, I mean, because it's such a massive opportunity, like I don't think it's going to be regulated a lot. Like it's for the benefit of the majority of the world.
Apart from a few
So
politicians, yeah.
yeah, apart from like people in Zimbabwe or like the president of Zimbabwe
Yeah.
who just wants all the money to himself and he doesn't they people in Zimbabwe don't even have bank accounts.
They not.
They don't have bank accounts. They trade everything in cash.
They've got like
So
$1 trillion notes as well.
exactly,
It's
because they're
mental
and
over
that's
there.
another thing that cryptocurrency is good for because it's got nothing to do with inflation. Cryptocurrency has nothing to do with like exchange rates or anything. It's like it's its own sort of
Mm.
commodity. It's its own
Yeah.
currency, isn't it?
To be
So
fair, speaking of that kind of thing though, um, obviously it is kind of likely, I'd say, or very likely that it probably is overvalued right now. just
Yeah.
because of like
Hmm.
speculative investors, because
Yeah.
everyone
People.
and anyone are investing in crypto, and
Mm.
like nobody wants that kind of fear of missing out. And because literally anybody can buy it and everybody wants in, of course, that's going to raise the price. And
Mm.
I'm probably not afraid to say that I'm probably one of those people who, obviously,
Same.
I have done research. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not just a blind investment,
No.
but I definitely don't know everything there is to know. And
Yeah.
yeah, I have invested just like a lot of other people. So
Hmm.
something to keep in mind.
100%. And obviously, as we said, when you are making an account, be sure um, to be very safe in terms of your account information, because obviously, one problem with crypto is that because the the thing is like when for example, if you forgot your password and you wanted someone to, like a member of the customer service team from like Bitstamp, and be like, I've forgotten my password. How do I
Yeah.
get all my money? Like, there's not a lot that they can. There's practically nothing that they can do. So basically, what I'm saying is that if you forget your password, you're fucked. So you've
Yeah.
got to,
In the
you've
nicest way possible.
yeah, you've got to make sure that you've got it down on paper, like your account number, your password, and you've got to like update your password monthly. Like I would do this in my own account, and I do this as well because it's too much risk for you to just not do
So
something so simple as just like refresh your password and just keep everything secure.
yeah, because as you said, you literally can't just do like forgot password. It's not like your email
No,
account.
no,
And
because
something
it's
that,
like, yeah, because it's in the space. Like they can't locate it because
yeah,
it's in like a massive network. It's really difficult for them to go, right, we found your transaction
yeah,
there, right, we'll pull that out. They can't do that. It is
yeah.
a very like, they're not really much in control in that.
And something else I actually found about that was like there was somebody who was investing in cryptos, and he actually passed away, and I think either his son or his wife wanted to get the money from his crypto account, but
Could
they
have.
were literally like, no, we can't because you don't know the password, kind of thing. Like there's
Exactly.
nothing you can do. So
Mm.
definitely something to consider. Another thing, it probably goes without saying, I'm pretty sure everybody knows, it's like extremely volatile.
Yeah.
It literally goes up thousands and down thousands every single like day,
Yeah.
or even every few hours. Like it's
Hmm.
crazy.
It's a massive teller of like, if you're in crypto and you can stay calm as it's going up and
Yeah,
down, up and down, up and down, like that's a skill, because it's, as Marcus said, it's extremely volatile. You'll learn more looking into crypto and trading crypto and investing into crypto in 1 week than you will in a couple of months of stocks, because stocks is like very predictable. Obviously, good news comes out about the business, price goes up. Get a bit of shit news, goes down. Performance, quarterly performance, all of this,
yeah,
like it's quite easy to predict when you're going to get like an increase or decrease on a stock. But with crypto, the only thing that you've got off to go off is news and demand for that particular day.
yeah,
That's
literally.
all you've got.
Or I would also say maybe like a what's his name, an Elon Musk tweet will
Exactly.
send bloody
Yeah.
Dogecoin up
Yeah, a
1,000%.
massive whale in the market just
Yeah.
announces that he's invested 40 billion in there or something stupid.
But the last little thing you might want to consider is a lot of people say it could be just the next like modern or the modern day .com bubble. So for people that don't know what the .com bubble was, it was basically like a stock market bubble caused by excessive speculation on internet related companies in the late 90s. So
Mm.
obviously people thought the internet's coming, we're going to invest here. Everybody starts investing, bubble bursts, people lose a load of money, and people like a lot of those companies end up not surviving, that kind of thing. So, I mean, there's literally thousands of, as we said, altcoins or just cryptocurrencies in general. Easy, like 95% of them might fail. There might only be
Yeah.
like three that make it, kind of thing. So,
Hmm.
if you are to
Yeah.
invest again, like diversify at least. and do your
100%.
research.
Yeah, 100%. Do your research. You've got to do your research, and I think when you do your research, you you understand like what each cryptocurrency does, and then you can make investments not off what you think is going to make you the most money, because in these times, not being funny, but anything that you buy right now is going to go up in price because people are getting on cryptocurrencies, and they're making
Yeah,
investments left, right, and center. Like, the prices will be going up. It's a bull market. All of it will go up. But when you understand that there's cryptocurrencies that you personally enjoy, like there's stuff like there's a cryptocurrency called Decentraland, where it's basically a decentralized like amusement park, and it's like online amusement park and stuff. And there's just like little things that you think, oh, this is a sick project, and then you
yeah,
invest in it because you like the project,
yeah,
and you not because it's going to make you the most money, is because
yeah.
you're
Or because
actually
your
going to
mate did it.
use and you're going to use those tokens that you've bought to actually use it in that for its
Yeah,
application,
within
rather
that.
than just using it as a way to invest, like, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, definitely. So hopefully you enjoyed today's podcast. It's a little bit of a different one, but something we're both pretty interested in. It's kind of
Hmm.
a hot topic just now, I
Definitely.
guess. And yeah, let us know if you enjoyed it, or possibly even want to hear more of this kind of stuff. But just want to run through what we'll be doing next, mate.
Yeah, so obviously we've both been away for a number of weeks. We've had other commitments, such as university. We're both in our final year, so it's been quite stressful in that aspect. We've wanted to get a lot of that stuff done, and obviously Marcus is coaching now.
At MG
He's
Coaching.
he's got responsibilities. He's got people that he needs to get results for. So there's
And
less.
I was just going to say, if you do want to be one of those people and get the best shape of your life, message me. But yeah, carry on,
Yeah,
mate.
comment summer to get something shredded for the boy.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, if you wanna, but yeah, I think as we're moving forward, we want to make a load of new content. We want to go into the summer months where we start to engage more people in the podcast. We want to be a lot more interactive. We
Yeah.
want people to tell us what they want us to do podcasts on, and we just want to kind of satisfy the people's needs more.
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously we are like high majority of our stuff is mainly like self-development and a bit of fitness, but if this kind of stuff is interesting, obviously this isn't self-development or fitness, it's just kind of an interesting topic. I'm
Hmm.
very open to doing
Yeah,
different
exactly.
different
Yeah,
things, new ideas, that kind of thing. So
yeah. So
please let us know. And another thing we're going to try and do is finally get off fucking Zoom and, and record one in person.
yeah, yeah. We have not.
I don't know
It's
how.
mad. It's
Like,
mad. Since we started this, we haven't done a single in-person podcast
joke.
because we've had no opportunities to.
Yeah.
Because every time me and like Marcus have linked up in person, we've had so much to do. We haven't
Yeah.
got time to sit down and record a podcast.
Yeah.
But during the summer, hopefully we can make it like a
100%.
monthly thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we can
That'd be
start
sick.
with monthly and then maybe go from there. If we want to do more, then we'll do that.
Yeah, definitely. And then one last thing as well is we will try and get some more podcast guests on as well because one, they're just fun to do. They're interesting. And I know
Hmm.
a lot of people listen to those. Um, and to be honest, they've been a little bit of a pain recently. We've had the last two, we've just had problems with. Nothing against them. Like, it just hasn't worked out. We've just had to
Yeah, just
reschedule
been busy.
and then things get busy. So yeah, we don't think we haven't been trying. We definitely have. And we'll get some more on soon. But I think that's all, mate, isn't it?
Yes.
Sweet. So if you did enjoy today's podcast or you're new around here, then please do subscribe or follow us on whatever platform you're listening on. We also have a YouTube channel, so you can subscribe on there. We do also have an Instagram page, which we'll be posting more to, posting a bit of content on there. So definitely give that a follow. And both our Instagrams will be in the description as well. But hopefully you enjoyed today's podcast, and we'll see you in the next one.
Peace.